Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is all about distance learning, lesson 5, part 2. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button for more updates. Also, you will find different subjects in this YouTube channel. Just click or select the playlist button. Now, let's start with our discussion about distance learning. Before, we used this what we call the face-to-face or F2F learning, which refers to a learning delivery modality where the teacher and learners are physically in one venue. There are opportunities for active engagement, immediate feedback, and socio-emotional development of learners. It may be conducted in any available physical learning space. So, ang face-to-face learning, ito yung normal na ginagawa natin sa loob ng silid-aralan, no? Na kung saan we talk to the students in a one classroom or one venue. Physically, we see them and also we engage them or to them and we have a socio-emotional development. Yung nararamdaman natin, yung kanilang experiences, yung kanilang thoughts, yung kanilang gustong sabihin, at the same time, yung ating pakikisalamuha sa kanila. So, meron talagang engagement pagdating sa face-to-face learning. Okay? Now, on the other hand, we have this what we call the homeschooling. This homeschooling refers to an alternative learning delivery mode or the ADM that provides learners with access to formal education while staying in an out-of-school environment with parents, guardians, or tutors as authorized facilitators instead of classroom teachers. This does not preclude going to a school on specific periods to develop learning competencies that require the use of laboratory, equipment, and others. It uses any or a combination of various learning delivery modalities. Pag sinabing homeschooling, ito yung sa bahay lang yung estudyante, no? Hindi siya makakapasok. Maybe because of some reasons. What are those reasons? Maybe siya nabuntis, nabuntis ng anak, so hindi siya makakapasok. So we give modules to those students, okay? Or siya ay na aksidente, okay? Or yung mga artista, those who use homeschooling, okay? Now, in our present time, we use this homeschooling as our learning delivery modalities. Now, when we're talking about homeschooling, in our present time, we have this what we call distance learning. So, what is distance learning is all about? When we are talking about distance learning, this refers to the learning delivery modality where a learner is given materials or access to the sources and she undertakes self-directed study at home or in another venue. So, pag sabing distance learning, bibigyan mo ng material yung bata. It's either a soft copy material, a hard copy just like the modules, or it can be an online for as long as hindi nagkakakita ng personal yung teachers at yung mga estudyante. Okay? So, online stored on CD, DVD, USB flash drive, or in printed form, or by viewing TV lessons or listening to radio-based instruction while being geographically distant from the teacher are examples of what we call distance learning. Schools shall provide schedule for all subject areas, teachers to meet the learners at least once a week so that learners can ask questions, clarify home tasks, and share their learning difficulties and other concerns about their home learning tasks. So, halimbawa, na-aksidente yung bata, no? Na-aksidente yung grade 1. Sabihin na natin grade 1 yung na-aksidente. And then, since hindi siya makakapasok, so kailangan ay bigyan siya ng module ng teacher. Okay, kasi kawawa naman kung mag-stop siya. So ngayon, kailangan bibigyan ng schedule ngayon ng school ang subject teacher kung saan siya ay imimit niya yung bata, okay? At least once a week lamang para kumustahin yung bata kung ano ba yung mga questions niya, may clarifications ba siya na kailangan, etc. Maybe usually ito ay nangyayari after the school time. Okay, after the class hour. Yun, doon siya bibisitahin ng teacher niya. Ang ibang tawag dito ay home visitation. Okay, there are four types of distance learning. So what are those four types? Meron tayong tinatawag na modular distance learning. Okay? Meron naman online distance learning, TV-based instruction or radio-based instruction, and finally is blended distance learning. So anong kaibahan ng apat na ito? So let's find out. So kapag sinabing modular distance learning, it is a imprint or digital format. So yung pagsabing modular, hindi lang siya printed materials na ibibigay sa bata. It can be a digital format. Halimbawa, magsasend ako ng PDF form ng mga modules sa bata since meron naman silang internet at home. So that is what we call a modular distance learning pa rin. So for as long as naka PDF siya or naka Word. Okay? Learners should be provided with a complete set of school learning materials as well as textbooks or learners materials. Electronic copy or e-copy and PDF stored on a CD, DVD, USB, flash drives, pen drive, or courseware to be uploaded in the DepEd portal should be provided to learners with a laptop, desktop computer, or any available digital device. So, possible din na magkaroon ng survey about printed or digital. Ito, sinasabi ko to kasi, since we are in the pandemic, no, possible din na yung mga bata, since meron namang karamihan sa kanila ay meron namang mga what they call this, mga tablet. So possible din na magkaroon ng survey kung sino na lang yung walang tablet at sino na lang yung mayroon tablet or gadget sa bahay. Sila na lang yung bibigyan ng e-copy, at the same time yung mga wala, sila yung bibigyan natin ng mga printed copies. Okay? Kapag nagkaroon ng mga distance learning na ganito, kagaya ng sa pandemic. So members of the family and other stakeholders within the community who are trained as learning facilitators shall be engaged to provide learners with instructional support as needed in the absence of the classroom teacher. Of course, okay? So sino ba ang mag-aalaga sa bata? Of course, the family members, no? So the family members should support the learning of the students. So kailangan turuan pa rin sila, or maaaring pag hindi nila naiintindihan yung instruction, ipaliwanag sa bata yung instruction. Okay? Lalo na kung grade 1 yan, 2 and 3, talagang very difficult ito, no, sa part ng mga bata to understand, lalo na kung di pa nakapagbabasa. Okay? And of course, bibisitahin naman siya ng teacher throughout the time para tanungin siya or maaring to clarify something. Okay? On the other hand, ay magpo-provide din naman, kailangan din mag-provide, since grade 1 yan, ng mga video presentation or video tutorial sa bata, lalo na yung pagbibigkas niya ng mga words, ng letters, ng numbers. Kailangan naka-video yan, no? Para yung bata nakikinig din siya. Okay, kaya in the primary grades, napaka-importante ng tablet talaga because it's very difficult in a distance learning to teach a student na hindi pa nakakabasa at hindi pa nakakasulat. Okay, kung nakakasulat man, hindi ganun kapulido pa. Unlike yung mga high school or yung mga grade 7 pataas, okay pa yan. Pero pagdating sa mga elementary levels, medyo difficult yung situation natin. Lalo na kung sa pandemic ang pinag-uusapan. So, ang ideal talaga is magkaroon ng tablet yung mga bata. Yun yung pinaka-idea actually. At magkaroon ng mga video tutorial yung mga teacher na kung saan sila ay tinuturuan nila at home yung mga bata. At pinapanood na lang ng mga bata yung mga video na ginagawa ni teacher. And then, magbibigay na lang sila ng mga modulars or activities sa mga bata na kung saan sasagutin nila yon after nilang pakinggan yung mga sinasabi ni teacher. Okay? And of course, with the guidance of the members of the family. So, online distance learning, on the other hand naman, this is using various technologies connected to internet. So, anything that is connected to internet is what we call the online distance learning. Ito yung pakikipag-usap ng teacher sa bata. That's online distance learning. Okay? A use of DepEd Commons and learning portal falls in this category as both required internet connectivity to have access. So, DepEd Commons and or different DepEd recognizes a learning management system. Maraming mga system kasi ngayon na tinatawag nating mga portal na pwedeng gamitin sa online distance learning. Ano-ano yung mga portal na yon? Una sa lahat yung Edmodo. This learning management system constitutes tools and resources to manage classrooms and engage students remotely, offering a variety of languages. Actually, in Edmodo, para siyang Facebook na kung saan nag-upload yung teacher sa kanyang timeline and then ida-download siya ng mga bata. And then kapag natapos siyang gawin ng mga bata, ay isi-send naman yung mga output nila, ipi-PM nila sa account ng teacher. Google Classroom, this helps classes connect remotely, communicate, and stay organized. Schoology, this comprises tools to support instruction, learning, grading, collaboration, and assessment. So these are the three recognized learning management system aside from the DepEd Commons and the LR portals. Ito yung mga yun. Edmodo, Google Classroom, and Schoology. Screen time guidelines by age. Ito naman yung pinaka-required, no, na nire-required ng American Academy of Pediatrics at saka World Health Organization pagdating sa screen time guidelines ng bata. Kapag ang bata ay kindergarten to preliminary, at most 1 hour daily lang for kindergarten and 1 hour to 1.5 hours for grade 1 to 3 lang, pwedeng gamitin yung screen time guidelines, yung nakatutok sa, what do you call this, gadget, sa computer, sa tablet yung bata. And then for key stage 2, grade 4 to 6, up to 2 hours only. For key stage 3, grade 7 to grade 10, up to 2 hours for grade 7, 8, up to 4 hours for grade 9 and 10, 2 hours in the morning and the other 2 hours in the afternoon. For key stage 4, grades 11 to 12, at most, pinakamatas na, 4 hours, 2 hours in the morning and the other 2 hours in the afternoon. Okay? So, ito yung mga required time na pwede lang tumingin, gumamit, no, ng tablets, ng gadgets, yung mga bata. Online activities shall be balanced with locomotion, motor sensory, and audio tools, which will support subjects concerning performing arts and clubs. Learners shall be provided with activity sheets and be given performance-based tasks to accomplish. The American Optometric Association recommends the 20 by 20 by 20 rule. Ano ba yun? Where one needs to look away from the screen every 20 minutes and focus on an object at least 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. And then it is also recommended that children should walk away from the screen for at least 10 minutes every hour. So uploading documents, recorded videos, visual lessons, and self-learning modules, typing discussion posts, navigating modules, and designing assessment in an online environment are some of the online learning tasks that some teachers may need to be oriented and coaching on. So totoo yun kasi most of the teachers don't have any idea on how to upload documents, how to pre-recorded video lessons and self-learning modules. So kailangan ito ay pag-aralan na, no? At the young age pa lang ng teacher na magti-teacher, especially you, BEd, na kailangan ay pag-aralan ito nang sa ganon ay magka-idea kayo how to upload documents, how to record videos, at magamit nyo to when you teach na, no, in the or when you face the real scenario in teaching. Okay? So that you can help your learners. Synchronous learning shall be conducted using live webinars, video conferencing, live chat, or instant messaging. Ano ba yung synchronous? Ito yung by schedule siya. Nakaset talaga yung schedule. Okay? So, teachers are highly encouraged to use Google Meet to record specific activities, especially for performance task-based outputs. Lessons shall be recorded for students who miss the lesson for viewing later. For the asynchronous online platforms, ano naman yung asynchronous? Ito yung kahit saan, kahit anong oras, pwede niyang tignan yung kanyang lesson. So, learning management system shall be utilize for self-paced learning. Asynchronous learning avoids the assumption that technology is readily available for learners when the teacher deems it as necessary, or the learners are in the environment that is free of distraction at the allotted class meeting time. So teachers should present lessons in more than one format within the learner's capacity. This is to address the diverse learning profile of learners when it comes to understanding and perceiving information. If teachers deliver lessons by text, they need to have a video or voice recording with it too. On the other hand, we have this what we call the TV-based instruction or radio-based instruction. So, pag sabing TV-based, as we all know, this refers to the use of television or radio programs on channels or stations dedicated to providing learning content to learners. So, ito yung dahil mayroong pandemic, so magkakaroon ng mga TV instruction or radio-based instruction na kung saan may mga selected teachers na magtuturo ng mga lessons sa TV at panonoodin ng mga bata. Guided ito ng module na ginagamit nila. So, kung ano yung nasa module, yun na yung tinuturo maybe nationally or locally or sa provincial, etc. Kung ano man yung TV station na yun. Halimbawa, in the division of, let's say, division of Pampanga, in the division of Pampanga, there is a TV station for division of Pampanga wherein they selected teachers to present different lessons every day, okay, with the time limit of such as, let's say, 20 minutes each lessons or each day for each subject, and then panonoodin siya ng bata. This will guide the students in answering their activities at home. The learning resources to be used are, but not limited to, the following: the school learning materials for alternative learning delivery modes, or the ADM, the textbooks, the primer lessons, the activity sheets, teacher-made videos and supplementary materials, and open educational resources. The TV or the radio-based instruction shall be implemented in areas which access to television networks and or radio station, with programs dedicated to deliver the DepEd TV or radio-based lessons. Of course, dapat yun yung mga meron talagang mga networks so nasasagap na signal. Ngayon, let's say yung bata nasa mga bukid pa or let's say nasa bundok, so kailangan talagang puntahan yung mga yon kasi there is no any other way to help them but to reach them talaga. To give the module directly sa bata kung saan man siyang bundok nakatira. Okay? Pero yung mga yung mga pwede na nakakasagap naman ng signal at malapit lang sa school, so much better na kukunin na lang nila yung mga modules sa school and then manonood sila ng mga TV or radio-based instruction so that magiging guide nila yun sa pagsagot nila. The TV and radio-based lesson utilized for these platforms are converted self-learning modules where the sequence of presentation is similar with what other learners use in online and modular distance learning. Gaya nga nasabi ko, kung ano yung papakita sa TV and radio or paparinig sa radio, yun din yung nasa module nila dapat. Okay? Para guided lang yung bata. The TV or radio-based instruction should be implemented when supplemented with learning activity sheets and that serve as assessment tools to determine whether learners learn the concept presented in the TV or radio-based lessons. Materials for learning exercises, enrichment activities, and assessment may be provided in printed form. Schools shall provide the learners as well as their parents, guardians, or learning facilitators the broadcast schedule of lessons. Learners should be directed to watch the educational TV programs or listen to the radio program facilitated by DepEd. The duration of every lesson episode shall depends on the complexity and length of the modules based on the target learning competencies and the allowable airtime agreed upon by the DepEd and the TV radio station. Enhancement of understanding of key concepts and clarification on possible areas of confusion in the lesson that may viewed or listened to shall be done during home visits by subject areas or subject area teacher and learning facilitator whenever or wherever possible or through maybe phone calls, messages, and among others, or other means of communication. Okay, kasi there are times na hindi pwedeng puntahan yung bata kasi nga delikado. Let's say delikado, or yeah, may pandemic. So hindi siya pwedeng puntahan. So pwede naman yung phone calls or messages na lang yung mga teachers. I mean yung mga parents ng mga bata. Guidance from the parents, learning facilitators during viewing listening time should be required. Of course, parental guidance is advised nga. No? So, kailangan nandoon yung parents. Paano kung may work ang parents? Siguro, pwede naman yung kanilang mga ate or kuya na mag-guide sa kanila, lalo na kung mga bata pa yan. And or pwede rin mga pinsan na pwede mag-guide sa bata para matulungan siya. Kumbaga talagang it will be a working together talaga siya. Okay? Hindi siya pwedeng yung bata lang, siya lang yung gagawa. Hindi pwede, lalo na kung grade 1 yan. Hindi pwede. So, kailangan talaga may guidance ng magulang. Kung wala man ng magulang, dapat may mga ate or kuya or maaring pinsan na maaring tumulong sa kanila. Okay? Pwede rin naman yung mga teachers, pero by schedule sila. Kasi hindi naman kakayanin ng teacher yan. Na puntahan yung lahat ng bata. Except na lang kung special cases. No? Yun nga, gaya ng sabi ko, hindi naman siguro lahat ng bata ay only child. So, meron din naman mga bata na merong mga ate, kuya, pinsan. So, may mga special cases lang like nakatira sa subdivision, tapos is yung ganon. Mag-isa lang siyang anak, and then both parents ay nasa trabaho. Okay, so walang may iwan. So, maaring, ayun, pwede siyang punahan ng teacher, or maybe pwede siyang pakiusap ng kanyang parents sa ibang mga kakilala or kamag-anak. Okay? So, talaga napakahirap talaga ng sitwasyon regarding with this matter kasi there are some scenarios talaga na mahihirapan talaga dito. Number one is yung bata. Kasi sa nakikita ko ay maraming mga bata talaga or maraming mga magulang din, no, na busy din sa work, lalo na matagal silang hindi nakapag-work. So they need to find talaga something na pagkukuhanan nila ng kabuhayan. And so lalo na kung mag-isa lang yung bata, so talagang mahirap sa part niya. So kailangan talaga ng suporta na hindi lang ng isang pamilya, bagkus ay ng talagang community, okay, mga kamag-anak, okay? So, pag sabing blended learning naman or blended distance learning, ito yung combination ng distance learning. So, pwede siyang modular distance learning and online distance learning. Pwede siyang modular at the same time TV or radio-based. Pwede siyang online at the same time TV or radio-based, or yung tatlo. Online na siya, TV-based pa, radio-based at the same time modular pa. Okay? So, yun ang tinatawag nating blended distance learning. Strategies for learners' engagement in all types of distance learning shall be utilized by teachers. It is advised that teacher check in often with students either by sending them instant messaging or a bulleted, pointed summary of what is expected of them, or by conducting a quick survey every week to monitor learners' difficulties and to see how they have been progressing in the lesson. This should serve as significant inputs for intervention strategies. So that's all about for the part 2 of lesson 5 about distance learning. Our next lesson will be the blended learning. With that, thank you very much for listening and good day.